Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and a couple of Showdown highlights for this episode. I've been laddering pretty hard. I just broke 1700. Going to be doing a video on that in a couple days. I have a couple of days worth of highlights I want to get through because I haven't been wanting to record. I've just wanted to put my head into the game and grind relentlessly. It's kind of the idea behind like all of this right there. So, high jump kick lands on the Clefable after the flinch, gets a lot of damage, and I think, yeah, why not? I can do whatever I want here. I go for the Zen Headbutt, because it's going to KO regardless, and it has a good amount of damage on a lot of his Pokemon. Can be blocked out completely by Tyranitar, but I took the risk, and I got the one-hit KO right there, so good start on the Medicham. Really weakened Clefable, and it started getting me set up. So, I have Dragonite, and I'm like, do I really want to go for the Outrage, have him switch into Clefable? Unfortunately, I do. I was just like, you know what, it might as well be worth getting a lot of damage on whatever I can. But he does get the good read right there, and I'm like, well then, fine. I'm just going to go into Ferrothorn and get a free KO set up. So, Stealth Rocks lands from the Clefable. Interesting set right there. Clefable also goes into the Fire Blast, but I just did not want to mess around. Went for that Gyro Ball, finished off Clefable just like that. I'm already up 2 Pokemon, and Ferrothorn's feeling really confident right now. So he brings in the Keldeo, and this is where I start just getting work done. Because I go for the Protect, you know, getting as much health between leftovers as I can while I try to, like, figure out what to do next. Switches out the Keldeo and goes into Excadrill. I get to just Leech Seed right there, and now I'm going to start gaining a lot of health back. So what I decide to do in this point is just, like, Protect, heal up for the Leech Seed, try to get back to full as much as I can, because he wanted to bring in that Excadrill just to really secure a big KO onto my Ferrothorn. And here's where I get a good read, because when you're ahead with Ferrothorn, people don't like staying in on Ferrothorn, and that's one of the biggest things I've learned. Like, even when I battle, I don't want to have to stay in on Ferrothorn. So it's really easy that if you already have the advantage like I do now, just keep throwing out Leech Seed. So I did get the Gyro Ball miss right there with the Keldeo coming in, but with the Dragonite seeded, it did break his multi-scale, and that just kind of really got me set up. So that also means, you know, I'm just going to keep throwing out Leech Seed. If he's going to switch this Keldeo, Leech Seed. If he's going to, like, keep it in, you know, I might as well just try to keep as much health coming to me at the end of the turn, because he's not doing anything back to me, really. That even if I whiff with the Leech Seed, I'm getting more health back, and then I'm taking, for the most part, at the end of the turn. And instead of just wasting a turn protecting when he gets a better switch on me, I'd rather just get the health back. So he's really getting a lot of Dragon Dances right now. I go for the Gyro Ball because of that huge speed boost, lots of damage, and this is where I'm like, well, he's probably going to switch again. He doesn't want to lose his Dragonite to a Protect or anything. So I just go and I went for the Protect anyways just to be safe. I thought I went for the Leech Seed, but that's another opportunity right there. Like, you really could have Leech Seed at any point. It'll always be very beneficial to you right there. So there's the Protect yet again, getting more health back from the leftovers and Leech Seed. And with how much I'm set up, I'm like, well, right now Secret Sword is still going to KO me. I'm just going to go into Togekiss. So, with the Togekiss, I'm like, well, the Secret Sword's not going to do anything. It's going to be super resisted. And now I'm outspeeding Keldeo, so that leaves me with a lot of options. I could either Air Slash, or I was considering the Flamethrower too, because Flamethrower, that would have knocked out Dragonite, that would have been a super hit on Excadrill, and it would have been an okay amount of damage onto the Tyranitar, but I decided to try to go for the Air Slash hacks right now. I get the one flinch I needed, and that's going to finish off the KO onto Excadrill right there. And I'm really not worried right now. Tyranitar's in. I know I don't have a lot of damage against Tyranitar, so I decided to switch back into Ferrothorn, where I know I'm going to have like a confident amount of damage against him. So he got the Mega Evolution, and he went for the Earthquake, so he actually got the prediction right there. And even though it only did 28% of my health, I'm like, well, now I can Protect, get my leftovers back up to 30%, Earthquake's only going to have that 28% again, and I can survive the next Earthquake really well. So he throws out the Earthquake, I survive it like I thought, and then I throw out another Leech Seed, and here's where it's like, okay, now it gets tricky, because I don't have enough health to survive the Earthquake, so I do have to force myself into the Protect, which he sees as a good opportunity. He gets the Dragon Dance off. Now I'm like, oh, I don't really know what I can do here, because, you know, I'm getting enough health back. Earthquake's not going to have enough damage next turn, so there was really no reason to not Gyro Ball right there. I went for the Leech Seed thinking he might have gotten scared, but he still doesn't have many options against my Ferrothorn. I'm just kind of like trying to get the super prediction right there. So there's the Protect. He gets another Dragon Dance though, which is, I'm a bit worried about that now, because even with all the health coming back to me, Earthquake is going to KO, but I felt that he was going to go for the Earthquake, get a little greedy, go into the Togekiss, and I absorbed that Earthquake right up. So even though Togekiss isn't the best option right now, with the Leech Seed coming back, all I really need is like one Air Slash kind of thing, and he's good to go. So he expected me to switch out back into Ferrothorn and get the prediction, but I just stuck in. I was like, you know what? Air Slash is going to be worth it no matter what. Dragonite comes in, takes some damage from rocks, and that's going to be a 6-0 right there because with that Scarf, I'm going to have the advantage on Keldeo, and GG just like that. So that was one of the more interesting, just crazy battles where I had the good predictions. It just kind of shows like with Medicham, you can lead with the fake out, you can lead with just a high jump kick going for like the super damage, and if as long as you can get good reads with Medicham, your opponent's going to lose a lot of Pokemon for free because they get scared by it, and that's why I like using. Also with Ferrothorn, Ferrothorn's a good Pokemon, just keep throwing out that Leech Seed. If you feel like they're going to switch, might as well throw it out because if they don't have enough KO potential on you, they're going to want to switch, which means you're going to get free health back, and then you're going to seed them, which means they're going to be taking % damage, even on a Pokemon that should be strong against you, which leaves you with a lot of opportunities. Next up, we do have this battle. This guy, Zomagod, or Z-O-M-O-G. Like, he was kind of cheerleading in the comment section for a while. He sent me a battle request. I'm like, I'll just take this battle, you know? I want to take something that isn't completely laddering. I get the fake out, go for the high jump kick. I'm like, wow. This is already going to be an insane battle. He gets the counter, one hit KO's Medicham. I just don't like this team. I'm looking at this team, I'm like, that's a lot of shadow tag trapping. That's a lot of like setup, potential baton passes. I could be in trouble right here. So Clefable, you know, I get the Encore on me. And I'm like, okay, that's free setup. But then he goes for the Encore lockdown into the trick. That's a pretty nasty combo right there. So he locks me in there with a shadow tag, so I can't leave, and I have to just get stats. I get tricked into having something I can't even use right now because I'm scarfed. What am I going to do, or choice specs? Like, I have an item right now, and I'm only stuck using a setup move, so he starts getting even more setup. Now he's getting Calm Mind. Now he's getting his setup behind that substitute. I'm like, okay, I'm probably already going to lose right now. That's no fun. I wanted a friendly match, you know, just have some friendlies, and I'm getting it handed to me right now. But I was still like, I was just whatever, you know. It's not laddering. I can deal with this hopefully. So waiting for him to, you know, max out, take out my Clefable. It's really just going to be a long time at this point. That he's going to have to get some really strong hits on me. He does have Psyshock, I believe, so that is going to break through my special defense because it'll account for physical damage. So that's just going to be a KO right there once he decides to get off and attack me. So just Psyshock 100%, and I bring in Ferrothorn. I'm like, I'm going to try to resist and then get as many Gyro Balls in to break that sub and try to look for some ground. So, see, if I faint on the turn, I break his sub, that could be very beneficial to me, is kind of the idea, because then that gives me a chance to actually take out the setup. So he goes for the sub again, and I'm like, stop going for the sub, try to KO me, you know, do something, I want this to happen. So he keeps going, setting up right there, you know, with the leftovers, it's kind of getting fairly annoying. Gets the Thunderbolt off, resisted on the Ferrothorn, and I actually get the KO on the Gyro Ball, so I'm like, okay. Good, I really needed that right now. But he goes into Charizard, and it's Charizard X. So I'm like, well, now if he's getting, like, Dragon Dances, if he starts setting up, I could be in a big problem. I decided to go for the Ditto, and I'm like, well, if I get the outspeed and I get some damage, that'd be nice. I go for the Earthquake, anticipating the Azumarill, because I'd have some good damage on his Charizard X with that Earthquake as well. But he crits me on the Play Rough, which is enough to finish on the Aqua Jet. I'm like, that was my move! That was, like, my chance to get back into the game. So he goes for the Aqua Jet. I'm like, well, I have Togekiss, get my Air Slashes in, finish off his Azumarill. But then I'm still hurting right now. Like, I was able to break through a lot of his pain, but I do get the crit back on the Air Slash. Don't get the flinch though. So really the crit didn't really matter, because I would have, if I got the flinch, it would have been 2 KO regardless of the crit. I'm like, okay, Shell Smash time. This is where I turn the battle around. This is why I run Barbarical. If he didn't have he doesn't have entry hazards, I'm going to win right now, is what I was thinking, because I get my ×2 speed. I can one-hit KO everything on his team right now. Night Slash is going to do huge damage to Gothitelle, Gothitite, or Gothorita, then Wobbuffet, and then everything's just one-hit KO from there. Goes for the Magic Code. I'm like, no, man, I got this. Night Slash for the win. And that's the game. So, never give up, I guess, is the moral. That I was looking for that opportunity. I was able to break down the sub. I was able to break down his strategy. Couple unfortunate little happenings, but I was able to come back, and that's Barbarical. That is the strength of Barbarical right there. That if you remove priority, because I was thinking, like, if I get a Zoomer off the field, Barbaracle can sweep this. So if you remove priority, you do have a lot of great chances with Barbaracle. Even Cloyster, any Shell Smash Pokemon or any kind of setup Pokemon, I was like, this is golden, this is good. So he didn't run rocks, and I punished him for it. Good battle though. I was worried, like, until about 5 turns before I won. I was like, I lost this game, and I'm gonna get like 6-0 by a gimmicky trick kind of setup with the Shadow Tag. But anyway, it was a good battle. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the highlights. Going to have some more laddering at the 1700s. I think I want to do one more highlights because I have a couple of interesting battles. So just get ready for those. Tell me what you think in the comments. Have a nice day, everyone. Thanks for watching.